Hello, I am going to start a new thing on Fridays. It's called Faithful Friday, and the point is to share the faithfulness of God in my life. And if there's something that you'd like to share, please do. You can keep it in the comments below, and I would love to hear about it because I know that God wants us to discuss Him. He wants us to point Him out in the things that are going on in our lives. And so today's Friday, and this is the first Faithful Friday. So I want to share just a little glimpse of something that happened, actually. I didn't know what I was going to share today. I just knew that I was led to. And so being out with my daughter last night actually, I ended up having a glass of wine. And interesting because you know, I like wine. One glass is typically what I'll have, but for some reason we were outside, and there was this little snack bar, and they had a glass of wine there, and they had some snacks. And so anyway, I ended up having one. And then we were going to see a play. And then we go in, and we see that there's like a whole little restaurant upstairs. And so we got some more snacks and some cheese and things like that, crackers. And Olivia was like, "Oh my gosh, they have wine here too. That's so, are you going to get another glass?" And I just wasn't prepared for the question. And I was just kind of like, probably not, But when I got up there to the counter to check out, I ended up getting a second glass. And I knew that I knew that I shouldn't have. It was a weird, I mean, I could have. There's, again, God He sets us free. He delivers us, and He also leads us and guides us, wants us to walk in holiness. And for the believer, it's very personal. It's very personal. So though I could have a second glass, no doubt, I knew in my heart that I shouldn't have gotten that already. But what happened was I take it to the table with Olivia, and I just put it down, and I started getting this pain in my neck. So odd that but that's what happens sometimes to me. I get a pain in my neck with alcohol, and just with one glass. Sometimes I could even look at it, and I'll have a tension in my neck, and I can't. There's just no way. It's like so painful that I listen to the Spirit and I say no. But my daughter was with me this time, so that's where the faithfulness of God was really awesome, and I was grateful for it. Even though I was the recipient of something ridiculous, I was looking at it and I said, "Man, I have a pain in my neck now. Oh my gosh!" And then it just kept getting worse and worse after the little glass of wine that I had. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, what in the world? Should I suck this wine down? Why did I get this glass, a second glass, and blah, blah, blah. I was in my mind, going back and forth. And then all of a sudden the Lord's like, "No, you need to throw it away." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so bizarre." And I was just like, so I said, "Man, I don't think I'm going to be able to have this glass." And I said, I have a pain in my neck, and God's telling me to throw it away. And I shouldn't have got it in the first place. And she goes, "What? You're going to throw the whole glass away? Everyone's going to see that and think it's weird." I said, "Well, I don't really care because I love God more than the glass of wine or more than what people think about me throwing the whole glass away. Never done that before in my life. Anyways, so that's it. That was it. And just like that, the Spirit of God revealed his faithfulness to me, led me out of the temptation of drinking a second glass, which again is not a sin in and of itself, but not submitting to the Spirit of God as he is speaking to me directly is a sin. So I had to explain this whole process with Olivia, which is a work, because every 5, 10, 30 minutes, we as believers have to check our heart and see if there's any waywardness in us. What are we responding to? How are we reacting to certain situations, different circumstances that are going on in our life in that moment? It's a constant submission to the Lord, and to check, who do you love most? Who is your God? Am I going, like in that particular wine instance, am I going to worry about what people think about me throwing a whole glass of wine away? Or am I going to worry about the money that I spent on the glass of wine in order to not throw it away? All of these things obviously go on through our heads and our hearts. And the Lord is so gracious because he just flattens the curve. He just takes it out and he's like, nope, don't worry about it. None of that matters. I am your God, and this is what I'm telling you to do, and I just need you to do it. And I didn't really understand. I mean, I knew what I was supposed to do, and the blessing behind it was that I had a testimony right there in front of my daughter to have a display of who am I listening to at this moment. So, unbelievable, the faithfulness of God, unbelievable. I was like, it seems so stupid, but it was so rich with his faithfulness to me and to my daughter, to reveal the importance of putting God first, and in a very tangible, easy to see way. And that's the story of today. I hope that you have many, many stories about the faithfulness of God, and if so, please share. Have a blessed weekend.